Hello? Is this thing on? What do you mean old thumbnail? For the live, it's always the same thumbnail. What is this? No idea. My daughter's been using my office to play Among Us. You can't see this, but there's a big microphone swinging like a pendulum right next to my head. Very dangerous. Daring. Howdy, Dan. Howdy, everybody. My sister and Glenn Uromi and Belle James and Stacy and Old Stuff Rules and Rich Jordan and McLovin Garage, the proud new owner of the Llama Barn Valiant. Bolt Thrower. Yo, what is up? What is happening? Sup, Scooter? Gary Hergert. If anyone didn't see my community post, I drove to Forks, Washington today, 4 hours round trip, and I came home. Hold on. I came home with this! A total piece of garbage 69 Charger. I love it. I'm so excited. And all I had to do was sell a Valiant, call in a favor, spend all the money I made on YouTube and most of the money I made on mail trucks. It's fine. Everything's fine. Mark Norman, howdy. Yo. What is up? Cartech 76, hello from Canada. Hello from slightly south of Canada. Doing well. Nick Durkitz, Kelly Smith, all the people. What is up, Avon? Oh. John Wilburn, how's it going? Cal the Destroyer is here. Hey, Jamie, picking up a new truck this week. 59,000 original miles. I think she has a Carter BBD because it runs like new. Nice. Crashes Roadrunner Garage, what is up? Right up your alert. I don't know what that means. Details. Alley. Exactly. Someone wants details. All right. Motor? Trans? Interior? No. Not at all. It's got the wrong bucket seats. The headliner's falling down in pieces. That's fine. It's an original 318 car. Drivetrain's gone. There's a drive shaft sitting in it, but that's it. The exhaust manifolds are still in it, and actually the whole exhaust system is there too, which is cool, but I'm probably not going to use it. One of the tips, and I think they're factory type tips, well, at least they would be on a car that had dual exhaust, which this one wouldn't have. One of them is like dented pretty severely, so I'll be straightening that with a hammer. But yeah, it's an original 318 automatic, column shift. Nothing special. I believe it was born B5 blue. Either that or it was painted B5 blue, and then other things happened. It's also been dark red, funny enough. And now, of course, it's crappy primer. There's a wee dent on the driver's quarter and a lot of rust. But it's actually pretty straight. The passenger side's like perfect, aside from the holes. Good evening, Paul Steinberg. What is up? The 9. Hey, all, recovering Dodge addict here. I am not recovering. Hi, the 9. David Bisnet. Hey, thanks for all the for the informational videos. They're very helpful. Thanks for all you do. Thank you. Appreciate that. Glad to help. HDF2 is here. How's it going? What up, DDG? Great vids this week. Thank you very much. Lots of 68 Coronet stuff. What are your plans for the Charger you just picked up? Really ridiculous 440, ridiculous rear gear, built transmission, a ridiculous stall, headers, big stupid tires, and fun stuff. I might have to fix some of the rust. Cart 70, how's it going? Classic Dude Mike wants to know, Mopar versus 12-string guitar, which one is more tuning stable? Really depends on the Mopar. If we're talking slant sixes, they're going to win. Chris Sather, I believe. Hey, from Wisconsin. Love the content. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. on the ground. Did anyone like the 5 hours thing? Thanks, Glenn. So much for not hoarding. Listen, it's a Charger, all right? You just do it. And that was, in case anyone was wondering, I was not prepared to talk about this at the time, but that was most of the impetus for agreeing to sell the Valiant. Our good friend Will C., who is also often in these lives, was interested in buying it. He ended up buying a Barracuda like 3 doors down from his house. And luckily, like the same day, Ryan with McLovin Garage also messaged me and said, hey, so I think I'm ready to buy that Valiant. So it all worked out. But yeah, I still need to sell more stuff. For one thing, Charger parts are expensive. And yeah, as much as I want to work on that, I'm probably not going to. I need to put the engine back together for one thing. So yeah. Hola, Carlos. ¿Cómo está? What is new? Tal vez es la noche ahora. ¿Sí? Es la noche. C-Story, what is up? Cypher F. Hail, dude. Blind Ecorn Racing. Good evening. How's it going, man? He owns that Dart Sport, the red Dart Sport that was in, I think, both my drag racing videos. Yeah. I've met him twice out there at Bremerton. Pretty cool. Windy, not really. Wet, of course. It slowed down a little bit, but yeah, I drove 4 hours with the trailer today in the pouring sideways rain. I am damp. It's terrible. Scarlet the 4-8 Cuda, how's it going? Dennis Dixon, there goes the parking space. Yeah. Yeah. Well, first off, Uncle Tony can find his own Charger. I'm not selling him mine. Second off, he won't do that. He won't get in a plane, and he sure as shit won't drive across the country. And finally, there's no engine or transmission. It has no details at all. Interesting. Because the 68 is just not enough. No, it's enough. But the 69 became available, so. All Classics Restoration spent 17 hours fixing rust on the Mopar Connection Magazine Fury convertible while you bought a Charger. I'm doing something wrong here. I don't know. Jack Hyatt, how's it going? Ray, what's up, brother? You gonna jam on a song tonight? Yeah, I couldn't think of one for the intro, and I was late anyway, so I figured I'd just get rolling. I'll try to think of something. Hello, Joel Shooter. Yes, it is dark. And the Charger hoarding begins. Brother, it began a long time ago. The difference is now they're actually desirable ones. Howdy, Robert Fitch. What is up? Mr. MSM is here and says, evening. Congratulations on your successful trip today. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Mr. MSM, of course, has given us several videos over the last week or two. Oh, dear. And there's another one coming thanks to him, too. So I heard you guys wanted to see more Dodge Hemi stuff. Nice. I just picked up some rolls of wire for my welder. I feel your pain. It's going to take a lot of wire to fill the holes on this one. Frankly speaking, wants to know, hi, Jamie. I want to know if there's a stock exhaust manifold that would be best suited for a 68273 on my satellite. Would I have to get aftermarket sway bars for my car, or can they be found used? They can be found used, but I would just get an aftermarket one anyway. But they're basically the same 66 to 69, I think. And you may even be able to fit the 70. I'm not totally sure on that. Aftermarket is probably the way to go. And as far as exhaust manifold, the stock 68 small block manifold that was used on 273s and 318s would be perfectly fine. If you want something that flows a little bit better, you can use Magnum manifolds from Ram trucks and Dakotas. They work really well. Agreed. If you can afford a Charger, buy the Charger. Be very, very quiet. Yes, Lovejoy, you missed something. I bought a 69 Charger. It's a piece of garbage. I would show you a picture, but my daughter stole my phone. Howdy, Chris. How's it going? Bring the Ruckus wants to know, do you have a how to time your motor for dummies video? Yeah, it's well, yeah, kind of. Yeah. So I've talked about timing a lot, but in a lot of different videos. I have one called Performance Timing Curves for Dummies Like Me. And that's honestly, a lot of that is based on a video Uncle Tony did like 2 years ago. I did one called the 5-Minute Fix. And in that video, I talk about how I usually time things by ear. I don't do that for performance engines so much. I use the timing light for those. But for stock engines, yeah, I usually tune them by ear. Yeah, I've talked about timing a lot. You can check out those videos and hopefully they will help. I will be doing more as well. If it doesn't have 3 puddles, it's not a muscle car. I'm going to leave this one automatic. No, I'm sorry. I'm not going to accept your correction on this one because 3 puddles is hilarious because these damn things always leak everything. It's perfect. But yeah, I have a 3-pedal muscle car. If I can stumble into all the parts to do it to the Charger, I'll do it. But right now I'm thinking big stall, shift kit at 727. Just straightforward, easy. Factory column shift, hooks right up, done. But yeah, I could convert it if I found all this stuff. But that's a pretty substantial investment. My mom is here, back from her sojourn to birthday land. Just so you guys know, yes, she wanted to say thanks for all the birthday wishes last weekend. And also, they were listening to the live stream while they were playing cards. The Mopar Jedi. Well, give me your Mopar. Hey, if you would, please give the like button a little kiss or a slap or a tickle or whatever. Lil Hot Rod Shop is here and says, I have nothing to add. Just saying hello. Lil Hot Rod Shop allegedly owns 20% of a 69 Charger. I hope you are pleased with your investment. Mostly Mopar. Good evening. Do you have any opinion on the Hughes Whiplash cam designed for low compression big blocks? I got taller again. I've heard it works. I've never run one, but Hughes is cool. They make good things. So, yeah. Do it? I don't know. I've never tested one myself. Live from Jamie's house, it's Sunday night. Anyway. Mini Jamie. I can't ask. She left. Everyone says hi. Anyway, I don't know. She enjoys riding around in the Demon and the Charger, but I don't know if she necessarily has a favorite. She's not really a car girl. Nice. Kelly Smith's DDG swag is fresh out of the laundry. Mine is due for a laundering. And it's been laundered so many times. It is actually thinning a little bit. Not bad. Not bad. But it's, showing its age. I think I need to get some more. I only have 2 and 2 hats. And some stickers. Yeah, Nick Durkitz, what would be your method of anti-theft on an 82 D150 Slant 6? Don't want to raise the hood to do so. Add a kill switch. Pulling a fuse would be annoying. There's no fuse you can pull that will stop it from running because there's no ignition fuse. Creative. So the way I've done this in the past is by adding a hidden switch that shorts out the negative side of the coil. It shorts it out to ground. If it grounds it out, it can't fire. So there you go. Easy. And then you don't have a switch hidden somewhere with power running to it, so it's kind of safe too. If the switch fails, it'll probably be fine. Probably, unless it fails closed, I guess. Then it won't run. But anyway, yeah, a kill switch. I've added those to some vehicles, and that's how they work most easily. Instead of running all your ignition power through that switch, because then if anything ever happens, you're screwed. So yeah. Kelly Smith had a good solution too. 3 on the tree is the best millennial anti-theft device. Oh, Lovejoy says just send me a pic later. Okay. I thought you meant send you a charger later. I really don't play any Pearl Jam or STP. I never really got into those a whole lot. What is up, Snoopy Boobs? Idaho Lineman made it as well. Beaker138 says, another charger. I love it. CC777 says, hello from Export, Pennsylvania. Snoopy Boobs almost bought a Mustang. Talk me down. No. Bad Snoopy Boobs. Bad. Don't do that. I didn't know, Beret. What is happening? Ray wants to know, Jamie, was there a slit back window in the Barracuda? Do you mean the louvers? The AAR had that. I was going to make sure you're okay with that because I had the thought. There is a rebuilder, funny enough, much closer to you than me. I could probably take it to them and either they can weld up the crack or maybe just put a whole new backplate on it. And that would be perfect for this ridiculous build. So yeah, currently that thing is still peeing on my floor. R Hill, what is happening? Thank you very much. Yeah, if you guys didn't see today's video, it was the final installment on this car, at least for now. Got it running. New stall converter seems to work really well, although I did not get to drive it with the old one. And yeah, I got the timing set up to the point that it is running sweet. I'm sure there's more tuning to do. Oh, maybe a trip to the chassis dyno someday. Maybe that's a little excessive. It's a street car. But yeah, that thing it's great. I hope it's obvious through the video how nice it runs and how great that thing handles. It's just an awesome driver car. Nice. McLovin Garage says, I want to run a Hughes Whiplash cam in the 318 for Llama Barn. Yeah, cool. I'm pretty sure the 2 Magnum cams we've gotten were Hughes. Pretty sure. Oh, the biggest struggle we had was finding number 1 TDC. Well, that's not really a problem. You can pull out the number 1 plug, bump it over with the starter slowly or a button or crank it over by hand. And when the whooshing air is coming up, you are at TDC 1. And then the mark should line up. There is, depending on which tab you have, there's usually a little circle. The 440 I was just tuning for Mark in that Coronet. In fact, there's a video on that. You know, my video today, I covered timing a little bit, but I didn't really go into what you're asking so much. But I did show it. And yeah, the timing tab on that one had a circle at 0. But usually there's either a circle or there are 3 marks, and the middle one is mark 0. That's what you're looking for. 440 or 400 in the later 70s, you might have the big magnetic probe hole. There's got to be a mark on there labeled 0. There has to be. Oh, that was the question. I read slit, but split back window. No, there was never a split back window in the early Barracuda, but that would be cool. I'm actually really into the split window vet. Don't know why, but I think those are amazing. Well, I do know why. They're amazing. Really cool cars. Mopar 73 Duster. I found the rear 10-inch backing plates for my big bolt pattern 7 1/4. Nice. My problem is e-brake cables, how to install them. Well, it's a big pain in the butt. They have to hook, the spring has to be pulled back and it has to hook onto that lever and it kind of sits in there a weird way, but it pops into it this way and then the spring holds against it and the body of it just, there's like a clip with little teeth and it just pops into the backing plate. If you're missing that, you need the clip, but it should just pop in there. Yeah, one of many excellent stickers on the back of the Llama Barn. Cal the Destroyer says, I need to make it out to the Midwest this summer. I think us corn folk could throw a really good Mopar shindig. I bet you could. I bet you could. Yeah, I may well be back out there this year. Something about a drag truck. Nice. No Beret. 3-part stores, 3 different brands of ignition lock cylinder. None of them had a hole threaded that requires a T15 security Torx. Amazing. I'm so confused. I'm thinking about a Mopar one. Those don't have torques. They don't speak torques. Steve Ash is here and says, greetings from my rooftop in Florida. How's it going, Steve? Kelly Smith says, the more bad than car shirt is my favorite. Yeah, if you guys have not seen my web store, you should do that. I have shirts on there. And yeah, the more bad than car one is the best. Oh, that's not right. I thought that was it. Oh, it's shopped. I don't even know my own website. Man. Shameless self-plug. I mean, this whole thing is a shameless self-plug, but you know what I mean. I'm going to drop a link to my merch store in the comments. Probably, if I can. Wait, hold on. If I know how the internet works. There you go. Click that, buy shirts. Thanks. 141 of you out there. If you haven't hit like, please do. And buy a shirt. That'd be great. Yeah, Lovejoy. I'll try and swing by this next time. Mopar will... Oh, 96 Jeep. Yeah, the box one. Nice. I know it worked. I'm kind of good on the... I'm kind of good at the internet. Bring the ruckus. I meant the timing mark on the harmonic balancer. Excuse me. That's gross. Okay, yeah, so there are 4 marks, one every 90 degrees, but only one of them is long. All the other ones are like kind of half, and they have a little angle coming out the back, or like a little hash mark, I guess. The mark you're going to use is the long one. It covers, of course, 400, you've got an external weight on the front. I don't think that one's curved. I think that one's straight, and I think it goes all the way back. Maybe just the curved one. I'm not totally sure. But anyway, yeah, of all the marks on the balancer, it's the only one that's long. But the other thing you could do if you're in doubt is do what I said, pull the number 1 plug, bump it over, listen for compression, and then when it reaches TDC and the compression stops, whichever mark is right there at 0, that's your mark. There you go. Average Joe Geek is here and says, nothing like a crowd, no crowd pleaser like a Mustang. Yeah, well, they do something to crowds. Michael Furwin says, you better buy more gravel now for the future 1970 Charger coming later. It's like you read my mind. Yeah, that's next. Rob's Garage Experiments is here and says, hey, from Florida. What's up? 20% of a 69 Charger with only 80% of the metal remaining and no drivetrain. Can someone do the math on that? Honestly, it's still a substantial amount of money. Donnie is here and late. What an embarrassment. The chop sounded so good on that last one. I am super impressed with the 440 in that 68 Coronet. That is a great combination. And, it's nothing exotic or crazy. It's Edelbrock's Performance Top-End Kit, or Performer Top-End Kit, whatever they call it. Edelbrock heads, their cam, which actually the specs I saw were remarkably conservative. I mean, lift is under 500. But yeah, it's got the sound. And of course, an Edelbrock manifold and carb. And it works very, very well. Nice. Stephen Gamsby says, best truck in the early 70s, Dodge W100 with a 440. I've never driven a 440 100. I've driven a good few of those, though. Those trucks in general, that is. Thank you, Snoopy Boobs. Snoopy Boobs says, good job on the green machine. Yeah, I think it turned out really well. I think /hope Mark is happy. That car is awesome. No Clue Garage. Crap. Late to the party. Again, thanks for the advice on the Z-Bar. Got one out of an 85. Worked perfect. I told you. They're the same for like ever. Yeah, happy to help. End of Time wants to know, what are the best years to look for with the 833? Any that aren't aluminum. Even if you're getting an overdrive, if you get an iron overdrive, which they had in, I want to say, 75, 6, somewhere in there. The iron ones are much tougher. But yeah, you don't, unless you have a 64, you don't want the bolt flange one. I think that went away in 65. But yeah, mid 60s to early 70s, if you're an E-body, you need one with the E-body shifter pad. If you're a B-body, you can use any B or BE from the mid 60s to 72 or 3 or whenever they went away. LGMDIDJDJD is back with us. I'll just drink. I have an 84 D150 and found a matching 84 318 Ram Charger for $2,500. Please talk me out of it. No. How well does the rear sway bar work on the Coronet? Looking for your opinion on this. Believe me when I say it works amazing. The front alone does a lot, but the rear, it really does firm things up. I mean, there is zero body roll. It feels insanely confident going through corners. It's great. I mean, don't hesitate. It's worth the money. Front sway bar, rear sway bar, does wonders. Question. How much of a nightmare is it to put a modern instrument cluster in an old car like the Coronet had? I don't know, and I don't want to. I'm really not into that myself. It's nice having gauges that work, but man, the original clusters are one of my favorite things about these cars. It's the part you're looking at all day, you know, whenever you're driving it. And the modern gauges kind of take you out of it. Again, it was nice having gauges that work, like Attack right there that works. And, you know, that's cool, but it's not my thing. It's a bit of a nightmare. You know, you have to add aftermarket wiring for all of that. And it's just, it's not my thing. I'm not a fan, but I'm sure there are videos out there on that. Howdy, Cave Dave. What is up? Nice. Cool, yeah. Sounds good. Mostly Mopar. Very cool. No Clue Garage is going back to get the whole steering column from that truck. The wiring is different in the 80s compared to the 70s. As long as you can deal with that or change the switch. Yeah. Do you know the main problems with Ram Chargers? Same as any Dodge truck from that era, really. The pop-top ones always have rust, but if you're in the 80s, there's no pop-top anymore, so they don't rust any worse than the pickups. Not really. I mean, it's just a short bed Dodge truck with a roof. That's all it is. Eric Wilson likes Corvettes too. I'm particular in the Corvettes I like, but yeah. I drove a really very nice 68 once. It was like a go-kart, but kind of worse. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it so much. And I don't like getting in and out of those. That high rocker thing, just really annoying. Al Sear says, winter's coming back to Alberta. Need to invest in a decent garage heater. New puppy loves the cold. I'm old. Yeah. I have had the wood stove boiling lately. Nice. Oh, still need to redo the trackside fix on my Dart. What gauge fusible link wire would work best? What's one size smaller than the size of wire you're protecting? But the only one I've ever used is the only one they ever seem to have at O'Reilly in the electrical aisle. Just that one size. It's got to be 10 gauge, I guess. I think. Yeah, I think. Nice. Lovejoy went to a car show yesterday, and there was a 64 Valiant convertible with the Leaving Tower of Power. I really, really want to get the Leaving Tower of Power shirt happening. Nice. Oh, ring the bell. Barracuda running again. I got to get a Murphy bell. It's in my plan. Cal the Destroyer says we need some DDG thigh-high socks. How else are people going to see the logo while changing fuel pumps on the side of the road? Well, I can answer that. You can wear your hat backwards, although I personally don't recommend it. But also, the More Bad Than Car shirt has the logo on the back. So there you go. I'm not saying no to thigh-high socks. I'm just saying, you know, that's a lot of work for me. And I don't like work. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't like work that isn't cars. Yeah. Speeding Demon wants to know, Jamie, can you put an 833 behind a 400 big block? Is the stock crank milled for it? Probably not, but you still can. You can put a pilot bearing in the crank register and cut the nose off your 833 input shaft. was done many times back in the day, as the kids are saying. So, yeah, it can be done, but it's not without science. Nice. Oren Cahoon says, have 4 shirts now, 3 more. Every day will be covered. Well, I'm happy to sell them to you. Oh, apparently I can pin the link to the top of chat. You're the mod. I don't know how to do things. Mark Norman says, shout out to Jamie's writing team. They never get the recognition they deserve. You know who the writing team is, right? It's me. And then there's the merch store operations department. Not the design department. That is not me, but operations department. It's me. Soundtrack department. Also me. Editing. Yeah. Graphic design for thumbnails. Yeah, still me. Filmography. Procurement. Logistics. I wear all the hats, brother. Maybe that was the joke. My mom needs a more bad than car shirt. Well, your birthday's coming. I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Nope, don't remember, it's gone. I was close. That's most of it. What is going on with the netwebs? It keeps unsubscribing me. Weird. Tell it to stop that, Joel. Nice. You know what? I'd drive one of those if it was really, really, really cheap. Oh, cool. Stacy says if the planets align just right, the Coronet wagon will be coming home next weekend. I shall bring a trailer just in case. I think that's a good idea for you. Ripworber wants to know, air cleaners, single snorkel, dual snorkel. Is there a functional difference? Yeah, I'm sure the dual has more flow potential, but you're not going to find it. You're not going to find the ceiling of the single snorkel in most cases. But Chrysler saw fit to run the dual snorkel on the higher performance engines or the unsilenced dual opening, snorkel-less unit, or other options like the unsilenced base type. But yeah, anyway, probably a little. Oh, man. So as mentioned, Will C. did not buy the Valiant. That went to McLovin Garage. But Will did buy that Barracuda Fastback. Awesome. I seem to recall that was that a Formula? Don't remember. And a 40 Plymouth Coupe with a 440. All right. That's awesome. Nice work. Oh, cool. Robert Fitch just spent some hard-earned dough at my web store. Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate that. I will process your order soon. Donnie keeps getting on me about this. McLovin Garage says, I must say, I was feeling like I needed to assist in saving your Coronet wagon from the vegetation that was encroaching upon it. It's coming. Don't worry. It's going to be fine. I'm still looking for a front bumper. If anyone, ideally in the Pacific Northwest, has access to a 66 or a 67 Coronet or Charger front bumper, I don't care if it's the Coronet one with the lights in it. Don't care. Either one will fit. I'll use the lights for running lights or something. If anyone has one or can find me one, please let me know. Because I need that. I have basically everything else to get on that Coronet. Looking forward to that. Oh, nice. Cypher F watched the Black Ram Charger vid again. Awesome rig. Yeah, that thing is cool. That thing is cool. Oh, nice. Dave Stark, a name I've seen in the comments many times over the last couple weeks. Hi and hello. Your channel is my happy place. Cheers from British Columbia. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate that. No Clue Garage said that Coronet sounded amazing. Yes, it did. That worked out really well. Very happy. And thank you. Appreciate it. Pickup, front sway bar. Do they do anything for these trucks? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They help. Yep. Leonard Magnuson, Westport here. I'll be damned. How's it going? Aberdeen here. What's going on, Leonard? Rooster has dropped in and says, hello, Earthlings. Nice. Yeah, and again, I've never done one of those modern clusters, but I have seen the mess of wiring behind them. I am not that guy. Idaho Lyman, have you figured out a good way to clean the bulkhead connector other than blasting with electrical cleaner? No, that's how I've always done it. Disconnect the battery, both sides of it, blast it with electrical cleaner or brake cleaner or whatever you got. Scrub it with a wire brush. Like a bottle brush works well, but something that can actually get in there, and then spray it again, and then scrub it again, and then spray it again, and then dielectric grease, and then reinstall, and then reconnect the battery. And I guarantee you it will help. Guaranteed. Unless you've got contacts that are burned and disintegrated and gone. Nice. All Classics Restoration says, front sway bar on the front of my 68 Coronet made a huge difference. Yeah. I took off a dinky little stock one from my 66 and put on the big tubular, and that was very nice. Highly recommend those. My mom says the original gauges are especially cool if they actually work. That is unfair. Orin Cahoon says 8 3/4, 3 turns and a quarter on pinion to 1 turn on axle. It must be 3-2-3. Bring the Ruckus has a great question. You are given $100K to buy any car that isn't a Mopar. Whatever is left, you can improve it with. What does Jamie buy? Oh. Not a Mopar. I really liked my Cobra replica, and that one was a piece of garbage. I'd buy a better one. At $100,000, and there are replicas in the 30, 40 range where mine ended up being. I didn't pay that for it, but that's a different story. And there are 80, 90, 100 plus thousand ones that are very, very good. And I would be strongly inclined to do that because I really liked that thing. Not a very practical car by any means. But yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things I would consider buying, but not Mopar. That's tough. It did occur to me on my way to buy that charger today that I could have spent about half as much and bought the other car that's still on my bucket list that's still for sale in Portland that we've been talking about for a year, which is 55 Chrysler 300. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kelly Smith drove a 2022 Jeep Cherokee yesterday to do an oil change. Yeah, not for me. I don't want one of those. But the 3.6 is great. I really like the Pentastar. And again, I'm kind of turned off of the whole modern engine swap thing. But if I were going to do one, the Pentastar makes 300 plus horsepower. There are supercharger kits available because people supercharge Wranglers with them. It's super light. It's kind of wide because it's quad cam, but it's pretty compact. It's super short. Like in the Ram pickup with the 3.6, there's room for a whole second 3.6. It's amazing. I really like the Pentastar. It's like the only modern Chrysler engine I have nice things to say about. And they had problems too, in the earlier years, and I've fixed a lot of them. Oil coolers, rocker arms, and camshafts. And cylinder heads, although I've never had to do one of those. But yeah. Anyway, the 3.6 is cool, but I don't want one of those Jeeps. Nope. Lovejoy says, I want you to make it so I can buy it. I'm sorry, Dave. Joel Shooter says it's time to visit the Southwest. Spring is here, 80 degrees. Yeah, just rub it in. Great. My sister does not have pinning rights. Well, that's a bummer. Nice. Kelly Smith gets comments. Every time I wear that more bad than car shirt, which is often. Thanks. Oh, yes, I am also the stunt double. I'm the assistant to Mr. Atwood. Beer drinker in chief. Promotions and advertising. The list goes on. I'm pretty good at editing, and I have a background in it, not in video, but in audio. And honestly, I view what I'm doing now as an extension of I read ahead. I kind of look at the video thing as an extension of what I've always done with music, right? Recording it and then chopping it up and making it work. So yeah, it's kind of the same thing. It's not, but I approach it in the same way, if that makes sense. And I've been editing music for, yeah. How long? Wait, how old am I? 20 years. Wow. Nice. Catering by Jamie, indeed. Nice. I don't think I can actually play Winona and Her Big Brown Beaver. I could play this. Nope, don't know. I don't know. I can only play one Primus song, but I've done that too many times. Nice. Nice. Oh, awesome. No Clue Garage bought an AVS2 to throw on the 75 D100, saying goodbye to the Holly. I'm telling you, the AVS2 is the best. Telling you. Steve Perozzi, hello from Mass. Hello from Washington. How you doing? Joel Shooter, I don't know anything about the Predator. Don't know a thing about it. Snoopy Boob says, wow, that was messed up. Coronet wagons are dope. Yes. I will be doing a revival on our 66 Coronet. It's basically been sitting where it is for not a year, but getting close. And yeah, there's a blackberry trying to eat it. It's a problem. Oh, awesome. Yes, please message me. Yep. Facebook, Instagram, or email me. Either way. deaddodgegarage@gmail.com. Why didn't I think of that? I'll have to email him or message him. No, I didn't think of that at all. I need to get that guy's number, like on speed dial. Gene Z says that Coronet was a symphony of awesome. Yes. Again, there are some departures. It's not like 100% stock car, but man, it's cool. It's a good setup, good combination. And yeah, it sounds great. Tyler Schwartz is here and says, 67 Charger guy here. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Nice. My gauges need to light up or work, but not both. I pretty much agree. Yeah. Functional History stopped by about 5 minutes ago and said, I know it'll take you a couple of weeks to get down to this comment. Just stopping by to say howdy and let you know. I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. You know, I've had a couple Volkswagens, but that is not where my head went. Never would. Cart 70. How important is the heat riser in the exhaust manifold? You know, it helps. But if you don't have super cold temperatures where you're at, it's not going to be a good deal. If you're like freezing or below often when you want to drive this car, I'd say it's a nice thing to have. I almost said I'm Porsche, but then I didn't. Howdy, Paul Shea. How is it going? Yeah, I bought a 69 Charger. I'd show you a picture, but my daughter took my phone. Yeah, well, you know, the 100 amp was at least Neville high output alternator. It was an option. You know, someone must have ticked the box. I don't know why, but you know, send me your fender tag because now I'm curious. I wonder if in 76 you could order the E58. I think that's it. The high output. The COP 360. That's what's in my 79 300. I think it's E58. Pretty sure that's it. So maybe they had that in 76, but maybe not. I don't know. And I don't know if the engine came with it automatically now that I think about it, but maybe it did. Oh, that's terrible. Brett H says, hello, working on 77 W200 truck. Been fighting with it, running right, setting the timing. Went to buy a timing light, and the guys at AutoZone didn't know what I was talking about. Kids these days. God. Sorry. Found one. Still seems sluggish. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, make sure it's set to the factory mark or give it a few degree bump. But you may have other problems. Make sure you're getting full throttle. Glenn Romy says the Chrysler 300s in the 50s were so cool. They don't get near as much love as they deserve. Yes, I completely agree. I have a die-cast one right there. It's red. It should be white. Damn near all of them were white. Yeah, the one for me is the 55 C300, the original. 331 dual quad Hemi. Yes, and this one that he has, it's repainted green, but it's an original white car. Everything's all there. It needs a lot, but I want it. But Charger, you know. Okay, that's hilarious. Lovejoy says the 3.6 Pentastar is the only Chrysler engine I've managed to blow up. It's a good one. Nice. Real Collective wants to know, have a question for you. I have a 71 383 4-speed non-RT Challenger with rally gauges. It has the 7K tach. Does the trip reset belong in the Speedo or between the Speedo and the tach? It depends. I'm thinking of the clock, but I'm pretty sure the Speedo is the same. 71. I'm not sure which year it changed. If it was 71 or 2 or like mid 71. God, I've been through this, but it's been a long time. Because some of them are in the gauge and then some of them are in the bezel. They have the cable that comes around. And I dealt with this primarily because I have a friend with a 70 CUDA. And the bezel is for the one in the gauge. But the gauge he got is for the one in the bezel. So you have to adjust the clock on the back. Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, it's something like that. I've been down this road, but man, I can't confirm. Someone out there has to know. I think it should be in the Speedo in your 71, but I could be wrong. The red 71 we did, they were in the gauges. Empire Russ says, I'm having a very difficult time finding a fuel tank for my 71 satellite wagon, and you may continue to. Now, we were just talking about this last week. The sedan, the 71 satellite sedan, uses the same basic tank as the 71 Charger. And that tank is reproduced. They are available readily online. Now, in my experience, earlier B-bodies, the same is true of the sedan and of the B-body wagon. Our 66 Coronet, the tank is essentially the same as the Belvedere we had, the Charger we had. It looks the same. Whether it's exactly the same, I can't tell you that. Now, in the C-body full-size cars, the wagon tanks are totally, totally different. They're like a weird saddle tank. And I don't know if that's all years. I'm not an expert. But I think possibly you could use the 71 Charger gas tank that is reproduced for your wagon. I could be wrong. You might do some more research on that. You might look at pictures of those and compare. But I think it would work. Need a hose from the blower motor to vent cowl. Do you have one? No. Key grip, best boy. Yes. All that. Who's saying put a corn dog in the window? Oh, my brother's home. Put a corn dog in the window. No, I should have got it too. Me. Who else is going to do something stupid like that? 169 viewers. Nice. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for dropping in and hanging out. And if you haven't hit like on the stream, you should do that. And then ask me questions if you have any. Oh, Will C bought a different fastback Barracuda. Slant 6.3 on the tree. Ooh, cool. The 67 Formula S notch. Right, it was a notchback Formula. Okay, that's what I was That's why I'm confused, because I was thinking 273, but you said 68. I done played myself. Got it. Nice. Oh, that's cool. 300 tree slant. I am into that. Mike Miller wants to know, how much of a new Challenger or Charger could one build with all the resto sheet metal available? You could get pretty close, but most of what's not available is inner structure stuff. You really kind of need a shell to start with. And some of it is, but usually roof structure, AMD doesn't make that. So the AMD Restoration Center, I've seen their posts frequently looking for CUDA roof structures because they have like everything else. There was a time where complete Challenger bodies were available. I think it was Dynacorn that was making them. Whether anyone ever actually got one or not, I don't know. And then Chrysler, of course, announced a reproduction Charger body, but it's like carbon fiber and insanely expensive. I have thought about this for a long time because I thought, hell, I'll just piece my own Charger together out of the AMD catalog. A lot of it is available, but not all. Evening, Old Plymouth Garage. How is it going? Bit late, but I made it. Yeah, that's cool. Welcome. 67 Fury. Build the factory 318 or swap in typo, obviously, or swap in a 5.9 Magnum with a carb. Whatever is your pleasure. I mean, the 318 can do cool stuff, but 360 Magnum, kind of easy mode. I mean, you can make 400 very easily. So yeah, it's a good choice. And you can even dress it up to look like an older engine. So I don't know. So when are you doing the corn dog run in my Coronet? It would be a fun short. The field out back is like a marsh this time of year. I would very much like to do the corn dog run in the Coronet. Oh, okay. Dodge Your Sister Garage says 75 E58 Valiant police car. I'm assuming that is not in America. Cool. So yeah, it must have been around in 76 then. So that might be what you have. I have to wonder. Oh, Functional History says 70 Torino for the $100,000 question. If I can't have my Superbird. Yeah. I was going to say there aren't many Ford products I would pick, but then what I immediately went to was Cobra replica. The other thing I was going to say was split window vet. We already talked about that in this live stream. I do like those quite a bit. In fact, as soon as I realized how awesome my replica Cobra was, I started looking for a kit for a split window vet. Eric Wilson had an alternator from a 77 Cordoba that was the great big one. Yeah, I think it became common in the later 70s. Again, my 79 300 has one. Police cars had it. I've seen trucks that have it. Yeah. Es más bueno con todo el go pedal. Yeah, I don't know how to translate that either. Nice. Mike Miller wants to know, what do you think was the best cruising Mopar? You know, full-size C bodies are great. I love the B body. They cruise amazingly well. They just hit the road nice. They ride nice. The C body's like riding a couch, but they don't handle like the B body. You know, I think the B body is the best. It's not the A body. As much as I love them, they're a little short. They're a little light duty, a little dinky. The B body is just, it's the sweet spot. C bodies are great too, you know, for a nice comfy highway cruiser, but I think it's the B body. Yeah, I don't go to AutoZone unless I absolutely have to. Someone gave me a core to return the other day for an extra $30 on top of what they paid me, which was super nice, but I had to go to AutoZone to get it. Nice. Oh, awesome. Leo Arachiga, I hope I said that right, is here and says, good evening, Jamie. Dead Dodge Garage is a needed reminder to not take things too seriously. Yeah, I pride myself on that. It's my whole thing. I certainly can't take myself too seriously or any of these ridiculous things that I do. So yeah, I'm glad that comes through. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. Just saw the Uncle Tony video on the Mission Impossible build. What is your view on what happened? Tony said it. Tony said it all. It made perfect sense to me. I actually also went and watched, oh God, I forgot his name. The other guy. Damn it. Anyway, I watched this video too. And yeah, it all makes sense. I understand where they're coming from, but I definitely understand Tony's point of view. I mean, it was supposed to be stock engine, stock everything. What can we do with this? And that is an ethos, an idea that I understand and really agree with. So I get where he's coming from. And I don't blame him at all for going, you know what, this isn't for me. But I thought he was really gracious in it. And I thought it was cool to see him finally address the question because, you know, I've done 2 live streams with him, and in the comment streams in both of them were just bunches and bunches of people asking about it. So it was just good to see it addressed and, you know, the air cleared and all that. How would I build it? You might not know this, but I'm kind of an Uncle Tony fanatic. I liked his idea. Dude, the BBD, the stock 2-barrel iron manifold, stock pistons and rods, obviously. I like that approach. I think it's brilliant. You know, what can we do for $0 to make this good? You know, to make the most power. So I think it's a cool idea. I don't think it's been tried. I don't think it's what most automotive people are doing. Most automotive people buy shiny new parts or are given shiny new parts and then they install them. I like it's, you know, Tony's idea for the Mission Impossible build is actual hot rodding, traditional, you know, making it work. So that I'm all in on, and I like the idea. And I thought it was super cool. I was excited to see it done. And he says he's going to do it after they're done with theirs, and I'm looking forward to that too. But we won't get a, you know, a dyno horsepower number, which, like, as if I care. It's not like I ever dyno engines I build either. So yeah, that is my view. I get it. It strayed from the original intent a little bit. Everyone has their own ideas on how these things should be accomplished. And I get it. And I would build it as stock could be too. All about it. 12 Man wants to know, oh, wow, a Seattleite in the wild. Love Power Wagons. Goal to own one soon. Mine's for sale. I loved my first car, which was a 1982 Mazda RX-7. That's cool. Nice. What's your opinion on the rotary engine? I've never driven one, but my entire opinion is formed based on one of that generation RX-7. I don't know, maybe it was the next one, late 80s, early 90s, but still an older one. Screaming by me, I was riding shotgun in, of all things, a 68 Charger, and an RX-7. It just, it was cool. Not that he necessarily would have beat us in a race, but it was really impressive sounding. That was pretty neat. Anyway, love watching your channel. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Aunt D wants to know, is there a difference between early 90s and later 90s 5.2 Magnums? There is no difference that matters. Mechanically, they are the same. The ECM changed, PCM, the electrical components, injectors, tune, a lot of things on the engine changed, but the engine itself did not. There are no important differences. Technically, there are some differences. The earlier engines you're likely to find still have the oil hole for LA heads drilled. The later ones don't. There's really nothing that matters. Yeah. So if you're doing a truck and you need a replacement engine, any of them will do. And yeah, it's also very easy to put a 5.9 where a 5.2 was. You know, basically the balance difference, the computer and everything will just kind of be fine. End of time. Just learned about a compression whistle. This will be used in the best prank of all time. This one time, my old boss developed a technique for blowing up a can of acetylene gas, a paint can full of it with a spark plug. And he tested this on our work truck and then later used it on my Corolla. He like electrical taped the hood latch open and then put the can under the hood. And I went to start the car and it exploded and the hood flew open and bent and crashed back down. That was a pretty good prank. But yeah, I'm sure that'll, you know, that's cool. Stephen Andrews. Good evening, Mr. J. Silly, weird sheet metal question or thought at you. F-body fenders, 67 to 76 A-body hoods. Wondering if one might be close to fitting. Some of the contours look close. The lines are similar, but I don't think they're anywhere near to fitting. I have been told that people have adapted the late Plymouth grill, A-body grill, to fit in the F-body, and I was actually considering trying that for my Volare. But instead, I think I'll sell it because I never really want to see it again. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the mounting is totally different. Yes, the contours are close, but I don't think they're close enough. I think those cars are more different than you think. I could be crazy. I could be wrong, but the engine compartment looks wider to me too on the F-body. It might not be. Never measured it. Don't know. You know, they're similar sized cars. I think the F-body's a little shorter. Yes, that is a silly parody song that I came up with for the corn dog car chase video. If you guys haven't seen the corn dog car chase, I don't know, watch it. It's a cinematic masterpiece, cult classic. It's neither of those things. Tom Fry is here and says, I absolutely love your channel and all the knowledge that you share with us mere mortals. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm afraid I am also mortal, but yeah, I've got some knowledge and I'm happy to share. So, do you own any Fords? No. I actually kind of like Ford OBS trucks. And I have to admit, the late 7.3, the very last 7.3, especially with a 6-speed behind it in a Super Duty, that's a good truck too. I had a Cobra replica. I've had 2 SN95 Mustangs. And I like a Fox body someday. I think those are cool. I've wanted one for a long time. The Cobra replica was a lot of fun. Barely counts as a Ford, but it was pretty good. Oh, yes. Ray also says so much knowledge in your videos. Thank you. Knowledge is power. Yeah, I'm here to help. And thank you. I appreciate that. I really do try to pack these videos full of as much knowledge and useful information as I can. It can be hard to find sometimes because they're buried in long videos, but the little nuggets are there. Oh, okay. Gary Herger, I'm assuming, wait, what's A38? A-body police car in 76. Tom used to own one. Really cool package of options. Well, great. Now I need to learn more about that. Blackhawk 98501. Oh, that zip code's pretty close to here. I'm wondering if it's worth fighting all the wiring to convert my 88 Ram Charger from TBI to carb. I'd stick with the TBI. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but if the TBI works, I'd leave it. Nice. Ah, that's cool and funny. There's a guy near me that builds a ton of Chargers. When supplies dry up, he builds them off of Coronets or Plymouth B-body shells. Nice. So I had an idea for a long time. I've talked about it a little bit. If I had a crappy 66 or 7 Charger, I love the 4-bucket seat interior. I love the dash. I love the grill. I love a lot of things about that car. And I thought it would be really cool to use that as a base to build a 68 to 70 car. Specifically, I would want to do it with the Charger 500 roof, keep the little package storage area and the 4-bucket seats and all that open area, you know, the same basic fastback shape. I think that would be really cool. Ah, well, I appreciate you looking. Again, if anyone knows where to find a 66 to 7 Coronet front bumper, ideally in the Pacific Northwest, I need one. Charger is the same as 66. And 67 Coronet bumper has the lights in it, but I don't care. It doesn't matter. I just need one that is not smashed. Ours is destroyed. I can't install our new grill. This is my wife's wagon. It's been this way for a long time, all smashed up. I can't install the new grill and fender that we have without getting a new bumper because the bumper would be in the fender. A body is the corner carver. B is the cruiser. B bodies can carve corners too, but yeah, the A is a little better platform for it. Lighter weight, shorter wheelbase. Crashes Roadrunner Garage wants to know, any plans to make Mopars in the Park in Minnesota this year? I'd love to. I have not made any plans for any events so far this year. Tom's tried to get me to go to many of these events. Hopefully I actually make it to some. I think I'm going to do a lot more things this year, but I'm making no guarantees. Empire Rust wants to know opinions on a disc conversion on my 71 satellite wagon. Yeah, the later B-body stuff is perfect. I always get the conversion from Right Stuff Detailing, or you can get factory disc brakes from a later B73 and up. Grab all that. YouTube user. What a username that is. Yeah, I'm well familiar with Tony's Moparts. Well familiar. I don't need any help finding Mopar parts. I'm pretty good at it. I've got multiple people in my universe who do this. Graveyard cars, I don't need Mark's help with anything. I did follow him in traffic once. Funny story. The charger I bought today, apparently, Mark Warman was trying to buy it. Yes, I agree. Rich Jordan says, pretty sure 70 and 71 with 8K tack had the adjuster and reset knobs through the panel. Clock used the cable. 72 up had them through the gauge lenses. And that sounds right. I'm pretty sure the 71 I just did, they were through the lenses. I'm pretty sure. Because I had to take one of them. Yeah, I had to. Yes. Yeah, the tack one definitely was. Yeah, and that was a 71. Whether it was the right dash or not, I don't know. Right cluster. Oh, it probably wasn't. That was a base car, so it was converted with a later cluster. Dude, so by this time in history, so many of these have been modified anyway. That's like I was saying, that 70, maybe we got a 7. Yeah, we got a 70 cable clock, but it was a later cluster, and they were supposed to be through the gauges. That's what it was. Again, so many of them, like, they've just been messed with already. So, yeah. There's no telling. John Mullins wants to know, speaking of 3 on the trees, what's the latest B body you've seen with one? I've seen a 72 in a magazine. That Obsolete Automotive guy just got that. I think it was the 71. I've never seen anything later. I had a 74 Dodge Dart with a 3 on the tree, but it's B body. I don't know. Don't know. Was supposed to be a massage, not a rebuild. Well, rebuild is inherent in what's going on there. I mean, it's going to get a hone. It's going to get rings. Sounds like a rebuild to me. Maybe it's a freshening. But yeah, massaging all the parts. Yes. Factory parts. UTG is a shill for who? He's a shill for playing with cheap garbage. I'm all about that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Uncle Tony fan and just Mopar Joe. Yep. I am not scoring a Hemi for the Roadrunner. That is Trev's problem. I have not heard any news on a Hemi, so I don't know. Yeah, the thing is, there really wasn't that much drama. The viewers drummed this thing up to like a fervor. Everyone said their piece and we're good. I don't think there was any drama. Pete Bazikos, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, says, I have a 67 Barracuda. Will an HEI-style aftermarket distributor fit with a 360 Magnum, or is it too big? I believe they fit. I've never done it myself, but I'm pretty sure they'll fit fine. The early A, you'd be a little tight there. But 67 up, I think you are good to go. There are a lot more problems with Hemis than that. Nice. Bell James says the ultimate cruiser was the 78 Cordoba with a 400, which he drove from Seattle to Washington, D.C. in 3 days back in 81. Nice. I think those late Bs are really nice driving cars. Snoopy Boobs had an RX-7 and says that was a crazy car for a kid. Yep. Yeah, people kept trying to get me to dogpile on Vice Grip too, which I will not do. I think that's ridiculous. Old Iron BNSF says, howdy, Jamie. Where is a good place to start on fixing a dead fuel gauge? A good place to start would be watching my video on that. If you go to playlists on my channel, there's a Mopar Electrical Guides playlist, and it's in there. Or you can just search YouTube Dead Dodge Garage Fuel Gauge. And I go through all the tests you need to do. Oh, no, you did not. Apparently, there was a fully restored red 49 Power Wagon at the car show Lovejoy went to. Nice. I have a crappy 48 Power Wagon in my yard. Nice. Oh, yeah, the first gen RX-7. It sounds like you're screaming till you look out the side window and realize you're moving at bicycle speed. Nice. Alcir, any experience with Birdbath hood swap? Bought the hood, hood latch, and cowl. I heard that the 80 Power Wagon has quirks. Well, they changed the hood and the cowl. The wiper pivots are also different. As far as I know, you could just do it. I've seen people put them on like 90s trucks. So, yeah, the hood, I didn't even know about the latch being different. And the cowl panel, of course, matches. And the wiper pivots. That's the only other thing. If there's anything funky on the 80 compared to the 70, I wouldn't know that. My dyno's my neck. If it snaps to the headrest when I stomp on the pedal, it's good. Yeah, I've always been a seat of the pants guy. Yeah. My brother filled a garbage bag with acetylene. Let's just say that the concussion alone was enough to rearrange organs. Yes, Lovejoy is our resident Ford enthusiast. Well, Stacy also has the not a Dodge. Potatoes in the exhaust pipe's a good one, yes. I can't tell you how many times I've considered doing that to local ruffians over the years. I owned a Ford once. I'm feeling better now. Nice. Well, maybe. I already filled the spot. I got a 69 Charger. Yeah, Stacy, your Ford's kind of cool. Oh, the Mach-E is a sin against humanity. And I don't even like... How do I put this? It's just bad. Everything about it's bad. Done. I don't know why I haven't called Wildcat. I should just call Vanessa. She'll find me one. Like I said, I don't need help finding Mopar parts. Usually I know who to call, but why didn't I think to just call Vanessa? Vanessa has 5-point parts. If you guys are also, if you're looking for Mopar parts, she ships. Of course, Tom with Rocket Restorations, where I work, sells and ships parts all over the place, mostly through eBay. But Vanessa finds all kinds of cool stuff. She was the voice on the phone at Wildcat for years and years and years. And she is super cool and super good at finding stuff too. So I don't know why I haven't messaged her yet. I'll just do that. That'll probably solve my problem. RC Cycles, the 67-9 A-body Barracuda hoods will fit the beak nose dart. Only the 69 hood is the same and has the ridge. The other ones will bolt on, but they don't actually match the beak panel. No, it's not the F-body answer. Still a different animal. But yes, technically only the 69 is the same. The others will fit, but yeah. The Empire of Rust owns one Ford, one Mopar, and an absurd number of squares. I'd like to drive my wagon on our vacation this year. Ought to be a hell of a video. I was admiring this square. I am down with that. I like a square body Chevy. People keep asking about the piece of garbage one out here. It's a 305 that runs and a blown up turbo 350. Yeah, it's all bad. Oh, Hans Sossel dropped in. The trolls are back in town. Welcome, trolls. I'm a little late on that one. I apologize. Any suggestions on a replacement for a Holly 1920? Yes, Carter BBS. Single barrel Carter. It's like the BBD, but it's less. Really good carburetor. Love them. Ivan Duke Music wants to know, any plans on a 59 Imperial with a fast engine? No, zero plans. If I find one someday to play with, cool. But I take these cars as they come. This 69 Charger that I just bought, I found out it existed a week and a half ago, and I was like, yeah? Y'all got any more of them? But I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't looking for anything. I just put out a video talking about how I'm looking to get rid of a bunch of stuff and clear my plate. And that's what I want to do. But Charger, so I bought it. Yeah, I have no plans for anything like that. Any forward look stuff. The 55 Chrysler, I actually want one of those. And I know where one is. 55 Chrysler 300 has been for sale for quite a while. It's still for sale. I really need to go get it. I feel like a moron. But, Charger. Yeah, awesome. Appreciate that, Idaho lineman. If anyone has a Coronet bumper, let me know. I have tried to straighten a chrome bumper before, and I have not been able to do it. Now, I'm assuming a bunch of heat and probably my press, and I might be able to straighten it a bit. And I have thought about it. I've thought about trying, but I've tried in the past, and I've never had any luck. I mean, I've tried some big hammers, and I have never been able to affect any appreciable improvement on a bent chrome bumper like that. You're in my area. Well, okay. If you want to do it, let's talk. Or if you have any helpful tips, I'll listen to them. Again, I've tried a few things. I've never been able to do that. This one, the way it's kinked, I do think if we could get the main kink out of it, it would straighten out. And the chrome, honestly, isn't even all that bad. It's just the horrible bend. It is bent into the fender. So I can't put the new straight fender on with it like that. Uncle Tony is a practical shop channel. Exactly. It's great. I have gotten so much useful information from it. It's not all showy, flashy, high dollar, sponsored parts. It's just, it's great. I think it's everything a car channel should be. And I think I'm doing a good job. I think I'm doing a good job of doing something similar with practical, useful knowledge. And this is how it is in the shop. Like when you watch my videos, it's almost like you're there. Like this is how it goes, warts and all. So yeah, that's what I likes about him. That's what I appreciates about him. Oh, interesting. Eric Rude saw an F-body wagon with the 3 on the tree. Huh. I've never been on FMJ bodies. I won't be going there. But I'm on for A bodies. I haven't been on there in a really long time, though. That's cool. Mine, of course, is 3 on the floor. Yes, there is a big block HEI type distributor available for 383. I already said big block. Yes, they're on the internet somewhere. Stage Zero Jason says, I was very confused when I tuned in to watch the live, but there was no live. Oh, it was Saturday. Yeah. I have never done stroker stuff. My first 2 stroker builds, the 452 I put together last year, and the 408 crate motor I will be installing in a Dart Sport. I don't know why you would need any more than that. And frankly, I don't know why you need any more than 360 cubic inches, but maybe that's just me. Yeah, I'm going to agree with this from Lovejoy. And my sister said, yeah, it's the same thing I've said every time people start comparing or ranking you and other car channels in the chat. That's not what I'm here to do. If people think I'm great or good or the best or whatever, that's awesome. And I'm very thankful. But I don't think so. And I would never claim that ever. Just like I never, ever would have claimed to be the best band in Grays Harbor. Unlike some people. Cavular! Anyway. Yeah, 71 should be in the bezel. And that's interesting. Again, I had to think about this. The one that I just worked on that was a 71 and didn't have them in the bezel, it's probably a later cluster, which is also true of the only other E-body I've ever had to do major work on that had a rally cluster. So just saying, I'm 2 for 2. It's pretty common. But 71 should have them in the bezel. That sounds right to me. Cypher F is on the hunt for a D150, somewhat local, with a Magnum EFI Dream. Have the donor Magnum truck already. Nice. I am doing a build like that in the near future. It's a black 1975 D150 short bed, and it's already got headers. It's already got the overdrive transmission. Yeah, it's going to be good. It Amsbury is here. What's going on, Mitch? How's it going? Got on YouTube just in time. It's going pretty good over here. I bought a 69 Charger today. It's really, really shitty, but it's still a 69 Charger, and that's pretty good. Oh, awesome. McLovin Garage actually messaged Vanessa with 5-point parts today for tour glass and taillight lenses. I was staring at that car not long ago and wondering why I hadn't messaged Vanessa for tour glass. Into Time wants to know, in your cars, do you use a scatter shield? Not in the Demon. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. If you've got a hardcore race car, a bunch of power, in my Barracuda build, I will be using either a scatter shield or at the very least a ballistic blanket. Dan Tupper in the comments actually reminded me about that recently, and it's something I really need to think about. I have a scatter shield here, but I think it's a big block, so I'll probably be looking for one. But again, I may just do the blanket. I mean, it's kind of the way of the future. I think it's sufficient. I'm not going to be making that much horsepower, but I am going to be using all of it. So there's that. Howdy, Bill Johnson. How's it going? Oh, yeah. Old Iron BNSF. Do you have any slants with the hydraulic lifters? My D100 has them, and I was curious on your opinion. If you want to build performance, then you want solid lifters. But if you want a smooth running slant 6, the ones with the hydraulic lifters, for whatever reason, have always been the smoothest, nicest running ones I've had. I really like them. For just a stock 225, they're great. They're really good. Telling you, they're just sweet running engines. All of my best slant experiences have been with those. So yeah, if you want to do a performance build, you probably don't want that. But for a stock engine, there you go. Wait, you bought another Charger? Yeah, but it's a total piece of garbage. Nice. So, 69 Cuda Beak on a 73 Dart Sport? Yeah, the fender shape isn't going to match. There are no bolt holes for the grill surround on the Barracuda. Nose swaps look weird. And I say that as someone that has a nose swap 66 Barracuda, but I don't know. I think that one flows. Recently, someone sent me, it was a Duster with the 68 Barracuda, Valiant nose, similar design, the split, 68 Barracuda nose, and that made me uncomfortable. Yeah, I didn't like that. Frankly speaking wants to know, can you tell me where I can get some reasonably priced bucket seats with the headrests for my 68 Satellite? No, I can't. And if I could, I wouldn't tell you because I need them for my 69 Charger. No. Down, boy. It's not for sale. 69 318 car, automatic, no drivetrain, rusty piece of garbage. Still has floors. Most of the front is okay. The driver's quarter is embarrassingly bad. Window corners are shot. Passenger quarter is bad too, but the driver's way worse. Rear corners, etc., etc., etc. But it has all the trim and the bumpers. The guy was very excited about the bumpers. Yeah. Oh yeah, 57 Imperial's cool. Hemi. My friend Nick Lambinsky's Garage had an Imperial 58, I believe, the last year of the Hemi. Because Imperial still had them in 58. And he was very proud of it. It was a good car. But I don't know. $7,000 seemed like a lot. It was a lot. It ran, but it needed everything. Imperial sedan. So I didn't do that. Or maybe it was a Ford or hardtop. Doesn't matter. Best way to fix a bent bumper: hook one end of a chain to your Ford tractor, the other to the car, yank until the chain breaks, and you get injured. Grandpa said never try to put a bent bumper back on a car. Yeah. Probably a good thought there, Grandpa. Does the AA33 still work on the Magnum with a custom flywheel? You did. Well, you saw me do it. Why not buy a flywheel for the manual Dodge Ram with an OEM stick shift and Magnum? Because they are completely the wrong size. Those are a big 11-inch or 11 and a half, 11 and a quarter, whatever. That's the truck size flywheel. If you want to do this in a truck with an MP435 or something like that, I think, don't quote me, but I think that late Ram flywheel works. But for the 833, you need the smaller flywheel. There was never a Magnum 360 or 318 with that smaller clutch size, because that was for cars. The trucks, the Ram trucks with that engine always had the bigger 11-inch. Now, we were talking recently, there may have been a smaller flywheel behind, say, the Magnum V6, but that's not going to have the holes for the V8. It has only 6, and that's not going to work if you want to run the EFI, and it doesn't solve your balance problem for the 360 either. So that is the whole reason why I did what I did. There are other ways of doing it. You can take an LA 360 flywheel, machine that down, and then grind the notches in instead of doing the sandwich plate thing. Skin the cat either way you want. But there was not a flywheel that would fit in the 833 bell housing used in those Rams. Yeah, I totally agree. I love cheap. That's why I'm so on board with that Mission Impossible build. A stock bottom end, that's what I do. Always has been. So, yeah. Blackie Lawless says, great channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Really do. Mike Miller wants to know, have you seen the new EV chargers? Can you imagine hot rod culture moving into that realm? I can. I can to a degree. And yes, I've seen them, and I'm going to level with you. I think I'd buy one. They're beautiful. They're so cool. I mean, it's not quite a classic charger, but it's pretty cool. So, yeah. Yeah. I like them. I really do. Now, I'm not an EV guy by any stretch of the imagination, but the good one is fast, the dual motor, whatever. It's going to be way faster than anything I got. Yeah. I'm just saying, I do think they're cool. I see the use case. I think it's a beautiful car. I'd rather have one with a gas motor, but the EV one's going to be faster. So, there's that. I can see it happening. Yeah. And the thing is, young people now and future generations, they're not going to have all the hangups we have, They're not going to be diehard gas people. I'm trying to keep that alive, and there are a lot of other people doing that too, but it's going to be a totally different thing. So yes, I could see it. It's not the way I'm going, but I could see it. Lovejoy's bank account won't fill itself. See you next week, Lovejoy. Listen, there can only be so many second generation chargers around here. Don't hoard. Share the love. Sell to your friends. It's a piece of garbage. You don't want it. Interesting. That's cool. I mean, it's just the bumper. The everything else in the car is fine. I'm going to bolt a fender on and we're good to go. The bumper is my problem. Bill Johnson, Vanessa, 5-point parts. 5-point Pentastar. And it's 5-point parts. Excuse me. I think it's 5pointparts.com, but let me double check that. She used to work at Wildcat Auto Wrecking. Yeah, 5pointparts.com. I'll drop it in the comments. But yeah, there's a contact form on there. You can contact her with what you're looking for. She's super cool, really good. Yeah, you can reach out to her there. Just drop the link. 5pointparts.com, spelled out 5. Yeah, she also occasionally helps us out at Rocket listing stuff on eBay. She's super good, knowledgeable, knows where to find stuff. So I highly recommend you look her up. 196 of you here. Wow. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Tony must have gone long. You guys told me last week he's cutting his live short, and then he hangs out for 2.5 hours. Nice. Welcome. Thanks for joining. If you don't mind, hit like on the way in. I'd really appreciate it. Yes, for those of us just joining, I bought a 69 Charger today. It is an original 318 car. It is not for sale yet. It's a rusty piece of garbage, and I got plans, wicked plans. So we'll see how it goes. Nice. Snowmonk needs to drop the oil pan on the 318 in mine. Yeah, it's not the hardest thing in the world, actually. Not too bad. Done that. I've done big blocks too. I've had to reseal them in the car. Allegedly. After a build or two. Yep. Aunt D wants to know, what are your thoughts on 300-ish horsepower in front of the aluminum 833? Honestly, the stock amount of horsepower in front of the aluminum 833 eventually is going to wear the countershaft through the case, and it's going to make noises and do bad stuff. Mitch is patient. That's the good news. Nice. The aluminum is just weaker. It's a matter of time. You know, the iron is better. And that's the main issue, is the strength of the case. Yeah, with lower horsepower, it'll probably last longer, I suppose. But, you know, the one in our van with a stock Magnum 360, 240 horsepower or whatever, started making noise after a few thousand miles. So, yeah, it was used. It was good. Did not make any noise when we put it in, and it became not so good. So, your mileage may vary. It might work. It will work. It will survive for a while. Eventually, it's going to be bad. 200 of you here. Thanks for joining. Appreciate that. That is the second time I've seen that number say that. Thank you very much. Good day, Granddad's Junk. How's it going? From Greymouth, New Zealand. Appreciate you being here. I've been seeing you in the comments a lot. Thanks for watching. It has floors? It does. It even still has a gas tank and at least some of a trunk floor. It just doesn't really have quarter panels. I'm a patient man, Jamie. And I know a mechanic guy who could fix it. Yeah. I did not say never selling it. I said it's not for sale. I don't need 2 chargers, but I've got 2 chargers and I'm real excited. So yeah. Oh, your oil pressure problems in that car. Gotcha. Do you know if I'm able to do that? Yes. Sorry, I actually kind of just answered that question. You do not need to pull the engine. You can do it in the car. But you want to drop the steering linkage. It's going to be right in the way. And some of the bolts are up above the K-frame. Not too bad in those. You can get it. Mike the Slacker is here and says, almost missed you. Hi. How's it going? Nice. Have a good night, Stacy. We'll talk to you later. Mexican Spec, what is happening? Rooster wants to know, how long does it take YouTube to download your videos? Upload, you mean? Not that long. Oh, like half the length of the video or even less. Depends on your internet speed, really. And then they have to process it and check it for copyright material and that kind of stuff. So it does take a while. Usually, if I've got a video done, I can have it live on YouTube within about 40, 45 minutes, but it depends on the video. Yeah, hot rod culture kind of already has moved into the EV realm. They're just not hanging out here. Plenty of modern cars modded and classics converted. Yes, indeed. Yep. Yes, I know. Tom Herger has been complaining about my text at the bottom being partially covered by the time, the length thing for a long time. And I just refuse to care. Consistency is key. I like the look of the thumbnail that way. And yeah, it covers part of the text. It sucks, but I don't want to put it up at the top. I don't like that look. I used to do it angled out in the middle and stuff like that. And the bottom looks more professional. So yeah, you may well not be able to read the last letter or two. It happens sometimes, unfortunately. Rusty Fuel. Oh, I was actually just talking about this. Somebody put a 5.2 and a 96 2500. And thanks for the $4.99, by the way. I really appreciate that. Someone put a 5.2 and a 96 2500 that originally had a 5.9. What effect would the 5.9 computer's tune have on the 5.2? Honestly, it's not that big a difference. You still have sensors, oxygen sensor there to detect fuel mixture and kind of compensate. It may tend to be a little fuel heavy. It may run a little funky in some situations, but for the most part, it's going to be just fine. They are a different program, but they are very, very similar. Very similar. Close enough, it probably won't care. Nice. BCC Photech is here. Boy, am I late tonight. Something pretty close to your intro line. What do I usually say? I don't even know. Brad's Restoration said, congratulations on all the live viewers. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. It's cool. This is becoming a thing. It's kind of neat. I appreciate it. Oh, Tony started late tonight. I don't know. I didn't get home from picking that charger up until about 40 minutes before I went live. And then I had to run out and film some clips, and that's why I started late. Apparently, Cope Racing transmissions. I had a video recently talking about exploding transmissions and their billet drum that's supposed to be able to survive that. Pricey, yeah, I'm sure it is. But yeah, interesting. He knows his stuff. Yeah, well, Mitch, I did know where a Gen 1 charger was, and I only tried to sell it to you like 4 times. So if I find another one, I will let you know. Nice. See, okay. I didn't know about this when I did mine, when I did either of the ones that I've done. But Dan Tupper says American Powertrain has a Magnum 5.9 compatible 10.5-inch flywheel. Cool. Awesome. So just buy it from American Powertrain and get it over with. Now you say Magnum compatible, meaning EFI compatible with the cutouts, or is it just 5.9 mag balanced? Cartech76 said, have a good night. See you next week. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for being here. Rooster says, this is the best live on YouTube. Well, I appreciate that, but I do tend to babble as well. What's the story on the red Jeep Cherokee I synced in the background on a trailer? Is it for sale? It could be for sale. I don't have the title yet. I need to get that from my friend Drew. I found him that Jeep in like, I don't even remember what year. It's been a long time. 6, 7 years? Maybe only like 4 or 5 years. My friend Mike had that. Yeah, so I hooked Drew up with that Jeep, took him to get it. He drove it home. He had it for a while. Something broke, driveline fell out or something, and he sold it to me once. I took it home. I fixed it. I got it running and driving. I put it on the corner, didn't even put a for sale sign in it yet. And he messaged me and said, hey, can I buy my Jeep back? So I sold it back to him, and then he had it again for another like 3 years, I think, or more. I can't even remember, but it's been quite a while. 4? 5? Don't know. It's been quite some time. And then I recently got it back from him, and he'd been teasing me with it for quite some time. It's just been sitting. There's a wing window smashed out of it. Allegedly, a homeless person slept in it for a bit. The wing window's been smashed forever, so the driver's floor is soaked. It's full of nasty garbage and chunks of broken glass, and it needs a lot of love. It is a 5-speed, and it is a 4-liter. The engine and transmission were both replaced. It's got 250K on the body, but it runs amazing, drives great, and gets good mileage. And yeah, it was just sitting there all sad. I showed up with the jump box and fired right up because, of course, it did. I don't need 2 XJs. I take them when they're available, same as anything else. It could well be for sale. I still need to get the title from him. I kind of want to do stuff with it. It's kind of way better than my green one and 5-speed, but I don't need it. So if you need it, we can talk. Dulcich had a solution for the aluminum 833. Found a full roller bearing to support the front end of the countershaft. Cool. Nice. Yeah, that would solve the problem too. Usually people do a bushing. No, Derek did not do Chevy heads on a Dodge block. He did Chevy LS rocker arms on a Mopar, a Dodge head. I don't remember which head it was, if it was a Magnum or an LA. I can't remember. Yeah, it worked. Interesting. Not the way I would have gone about it. Stop it. Michael Harris. I've been thinking more and more about upgrading to a QA1 front suspension. Which is better, Mopar completely new or QA1? I would not do complete QA1 stuff. I like the factory stuff. You can upgrade it with sway bars and better torsion bars, better bushings. I mean, you could go all crazy and box your lower arms, tubular uppers. I mean, there's a lot you can do. But you do not need to do the whole QA1 thing. I wouldn't do that, especially if you're talking the coilover setup. You would be ruining the best thing about your Mopar. I wouldn't do that. I'm all in on upgrading stock. It works super well. There is no point in throwing it away. Make little tweaks here and there. Keep it stock, keep it right, make it work. That is what I would do. I would not do the QA1. And I sure as shit wouldn't do one of their K-frames. We put one in the Red 71. That thing flexed like crazy around the steering box. I am not impressed. QA1 makes some good parts. Don't buy that. Nice. Apparently, Rooster's playing tricks on me, and he just dropped a second video on his drag truck. So if you haven't seen that on his channel, go check it out. What's 6? Oh, I forgot. Wait, there are 2? I haven't watched Tom's video yet. Don't spoil it for me. I didn't know there were 2. Yeah. I get stuff running all the time, and I am guilty of doing will it run type titles because they work and they get the views. And the thing is, I'm a YouTuber. I make money on this. I need people to watch my videos. So I'm absolutely guilty of doing the somewhat generic, will this 1965 Valiant run after 30 million years? I mean, yes, I've done that. I try to mix it up, but I have done that. I've definitely done that type of video. Hey, this thing's been sitting forever. Will it run? Can we make it run? I love that. I have been doing that for a long time, and now I'm doing it on video. It just so happens other people also do it on video, and that sucks. Sucks for me. I didn't think of it first. I didn't put it on YouTube first. So, yeah, it's been done. But, yeah, I really enjoy making old junk run, though. I mean, the thing is, in Mopar land, it's almost never challenging. Unless the engine's ceased, it's going to run. So it's never will it run so much. It's a revival. It's getting it running again after all that time. And it's fun. It's really fun. What vintage Dodge pickup would you buy? Any. I've bought many. I've had 340s trucks. I've never had a 50s truck. I've had 6 or 7 swept lines. So that's 61 to 71. I have had a dozen 70s trucks or so. I've had several 80s trucks, maybe 4 or 5. I've had 3 pre-Ram 90s Dodge trucks, and I've had how many Rams have I had? 3? Then I'm not counting the newer ones. I mean 94 to 02. I think I've had 3 of those. 4. Don't make me count. I've had a lot. Which vintage Dodge pickup would I buy? Well, I love them all. I mean, if you want a little D100 for a runaround truck, great. If you want a D250 for doing, or D200 for doing work, cool. I daily drove a 61 D300 flatbed dually for a winter, and I loved that truck. It was awesome. Super utilitarian, push button automatic. Wish it was a stick, but it is what it is. It was super fun to drive. And it did burnouts, dually burnouts on one side, but it's still 2 tires. It was awesome. So yeah, but I love the 70s trucks too. And I love power wagons. I love 4-wheel drive trucks. I like playing in the woods. What is your pleasure? Whatever you want. They're all pretty good. Nice. Wonder if the 5.9 computer clogged the new cat. Well, it would tend to be a little fuel happy because it's expecting more engine there. But I don't know. It's possible. Or the old engine was using oil and the cat was already done. Oh, new cat, though. It's possible. It's possible. Close is close enough. I've heard many stories of them running that way. This computer, that engine, and it's not really an issue, but it's not ideal. Nice. It was only 13 hours round trip for McLovin to come to my place and get the Valiant and back. There was about 3.5 hours of fun in the middle. Yeah, things tend to move pretty slowly around here. Nice. Yeah, no, great. And I'm proof right here. I mean, yeah, I'm in my 30s. I'm not that young, but I am all in on old school stuff. Yeah. You weren't born in the wrong generation. You were born to keep the last one alive. Yeah. I agree on that too. There's a lot to talk about there. This isn't an EV channel. Do you see any EVs in my videos? No, you do not. Theoretical fuel economy estimate, 383,727 in my wagon with an Edelbrock. 15 to 16 is going to be the best you can expect. Mm-hmm. 5-speed in the 4.0, sign me up. Yeah, I sent Tony some pictures of it, and I said, I have the sickness, send help. And he said, dude, you scored. And I did. Yeah, I'd like to actually drive that one again. I know it's going to drive nicer than my rusty beat 208,000 mile green piece of crap. But I love that thing. Anyway. Have you ever tried the fast ratio Pitman Army? Yes. Yes, I have. It works. You don't need 2 because you need 3. I might have said that in the 69 Charger video. Allegedly. Nice. Oh, yeah. If I'm looking for a cool project, there's a blue Chrysler. A few of you people expressed interest in the 64 Newport. 64 Newport. What am I? That's in front of my house. It is for sale. If anyone's interested, let me know. Since when is need the metric used to determine if something will be sold? It's not. Yeah. Work within the stockish suspension. It can be pretty good. I just saw that pretty good thing. What was that? Damn it. Nope, I got nothing. Nice. Yes. So that I was actually just going to talk about that. The things I have to say about EVs being kind of sort of possibly potentially serviceable and maybe kind of sort of okay someday is all about that Edison motor setup, which DeBosch just put out a video about. So yeah, it's Edison Motors is who engineer the setup that DeBosch is using. He is signed on as their first installer. I'm not reading that. Nice. Do they make a specific sway bar for an early dart? I think they do. I've seen them. Yeah, they must. My friend Mike made one. Really cool. Yep. Oh, someone asked me what I thought of Weston's Charger earlier, and I skipped over that comment. Didn't mean to. I saw it, and then I got distracted by something. Just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we did that earlier. Yeah, we installed the QA1 kit on Tater for Weston. Seemed to have a lot of slop in the mounting bolts for the subframe. There's a lot to not like about it, I'm telling you. The cost, the quality, and everything else. It looks wrong. Noco Garage dropped out a few minutes ago. Thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Oh, God, I hope I can get through the rest of these comments. I don't know. We'll see. But if I don't, I really do appreciate all you people being here. Still hovering right around 200 right at the end, 8 p.m. my time. So some of you people are tuning in from in the future, like 10 o'clock or something. So thanks. I appreciate it. Gen 2 Ram pickup 230K stalls every now and then, plus a little grinding noise. Could it be the distributor? I don't know. There's so many possibilities with the stalling and the occasional rough running stuff. There are a lot of possibilities there. Yeah, it could be, but it could be something else too. Good evening, Guts and Glory. Thanks for dropping in, but you are a little late. I'm telling you, I'm all in on the factory Mopar suspension, 100%. Upgrade it, sure. Sway bars, better bars, offset bushings, poly lowers. There are a lot of good things you can do, but don't throw it away. Guts and Glory asked, did you fix the fuel leak on the 500? No, it's a problem with the cap. I made him aware of it, and it was brimmed with gas. But no, I fixed a lot of other stuff, but not that. Yes, Mitch Daly's a 79 Little Express or a 78 short bed power wagon, which is a stick shift and a really cool truck. I recommend the 70s trucks. They've never let me down. Yeah, that power wagon got rear-ended by some old guy, and it's still going strong. Yeah, that's what I was talking about a bit ago. Ford Windsor cam bearing. They're really, really small. Are Windsor cams that small? I don't think so. But yeah, you could have a bushing made. Back in the 80s, a friend put a 327 Chevy in his 69 Valiant. It wasn't easy. No, it wouldn't be easy. For one thing, all of those A-bodies use mid-sump oil pans, and that's not a Chevy thing. Nice. Oh, cool. Okay. Dan Tupper sent me images on a lightened 5.9 Magnum flywheel with cutouts for Magnum EFI trigger. Good to know. My phone isn't here because my daughter stole it. Real Collective. Jamie, thanks for putting out some great Mopar content. I've been sharing with all my Mopar buddies. Have a great night. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am here to help. Happy to do it. And I actually get paid for it now, which is awesome. So that helps too. Answer 14 wants to know, have you ever swapped rotors and hubs as well as rear ends so D150 has the 4.5-inch bolt circle? I have an 86 with the huge bolt pattern. So much better wheel option with 4.5. I didn't know that the 150, well, I knew the D two-wheel drive went to the larger pattern eventually, but I didn't know it was that early. I thought it was like on the Rams. I know the four-wheel drive often has the bigger circle, and it just all depends on the configuration or the year or the alignment of the stars. I have never done it, but I don't think it would be a big deal if you can find the parts. Rotors are easy, no problem. And axle shafts and rear drums, there's probably a set out there compatible with your factory brakes. But I have not done that. In your 30s is young, I know, but not a teenager. That guy said teenager. I also proudly turn fuel into noise. Oh, I have answered this. If you had money and could walk into a dealership in 1968, what would you buy? The car I already bought, 1968, Dodge Charger. Yeah, awesome. Happy to help. I really think it's the way to go. QA1 makes great shocks. They make great components, but don't throw away what you got. You're throwing away the babby with the bath water. Sounds good. I've done some videos on that. I haven't really done a whole one. I need to. My Charger needs it. I will do a suspension rebuild. I won't be doing modifications or anything crazy on that car. I'll just be doing a stock rebuild. I've done these Magnum swaps with OBD2, and I just leave the rear sensor out, and they don't even throw a code. I've never had to do anything to fool them. Call your videos, get them running again instead of will it run? Well, we'll see. Kirby, it's pretty good. Thank you. Yeah, it was an interview with him. Damn it. Pretty good. I've seen a convertible Dakota across a field. I've never been up close to it. I'm not a fan. Chrysler is now building a Ram pickup that uses the 3.6 as a generator, and it's electrically driven. And, I do sometimes have different thoughts than Uncle Tony. He said that sounded stupid and ridiculous. It's the same thing Edison Motors are doing with diesel, and they make a really good case for it, because when you're using the motor, the gas or diesel motor, to drive a generator just to charge your batteries, it doesn't have to run all the time. It can run in its happy zone. It can be efficient wherever it is. It doesn't have to do this. It can be right where it needs to be. It can be way, way, way more efficient. It makes sense. And yeah, everything old is new again. Well, trains. And that's all I'm going to say. They're not battery. It's not the same, but it's the same. Nice. Paul Shea, my favorite XJ I had was my 89 two-door 4-liter. Drew, that I got this one back from, also had a 2-door 5-speed, but it was a 4-banger. That was a great rig. I didn't know anything about Jeeps or trucks then. I didn't believe in them when he had that. That was 14 years ago. The truck bug hadn't bit me yet. AMC guy, sorry I'm late. Well, have to mark that down in your permanent record because you're very, very late. Kansas time is real time, if you say so. Have a good night, Cart 70. Thanks for being here. Well, you probably have a weak fuel pump. Probably a weak fuel pump. I mean, is the pump running, but it just still doesn't do it? Yeah, probably the pump. Blackhawk, have a great night. Bell James, everybody's kind of checking out. Well, not everybody. There's still 192 people here, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, everybody that's leaving, it is about that time. So thank you for being here. I really do appreciate that. I'm blaming you for my decision to rebuild my diff. Going to put a 323 sure grip in my Charger. I may be cursing that decision later, but I want the experience of doing it myself. Hey, I hope it works out. I gave you all the info I have to make it go well. I really hope that it goes well. I'm here for emotional support. I can't exactly do it for you, but hey, good luck, man. I have faith in you. See you, Mitch. Thanks for dropping in. I cannot play while my guitar gently weeps. It's George Harrison's birthday. Nice. I'll be damned. See you, Rich Jordan. Thanks for being here. Something under the hood. Well, you've got a fuel pump relay under the hood. That's about it. That's a deadhead returnless system. It's regulated at the tank with a thingy module. What do they call that? I don't even remember. But the only thing I know of up there is a relay. If you're not getting fuel pressure, it's either no power to the pump or the pump is not building pressure. Those are the only options. Nice. AMC guy has a D100 that was already done, and they swapped the whole 8 3/4, which is great because then you can just swap the gears. Nice. Oh, Dust Devil Brian says, Jamie's the man. Full Mopar guru right here. I'm going to star that comment. Thank you, my friend. C-body rotors. Yeah. The same size as truck, I believe. D150, that is. I believe. Jaybird says, always been curious about a 60s town wagon. Don't see many in the wild. No, you don't. God, there was a guy with a town wagon that wanted to sell it to me, and it was a pretty fair deal. Never did that. Night, Snoopy Boobs. Thanks for being here. Appreciate that. Nice. Very cool. I think I missed something. Something about oil pressure? There might have been a question. Is it Mika Brandenburg? Oh, a worn timing chain, but I didn't see the question. So, how is Babby formed? How is Babby made? How is Babby formed? Yes, I'm sorry. I gave you the short list of what I was doing on the Charger and said I wasn't going to do anything crazy, just to rebuild bushings. When I said bushings, I will do offset uppers and poly lowers. I'm all in on that. I've said it on video. I've said it in this live stream previous times. I'm hip to it. 100%. I don't have any experience with the Altercation or the Magnum Force. I only have experience with the QA1, and I was not impressed. The thing is, why do we need to change the K-frame? I mean, the factory ones are fine. Honestly, not amazing either. Yes, I realize the welds weren't always the great, and there are things you can do to beef them up, and that's great. But I'm not going to throw that away. I see 0 point in spending money on an aftermarket K member, especially when I am not ever going to run an aftermarket suspension system. I don't want that. I don't want coilovers. I want my torsion bars. They're what makes the Mopar what it is. So yeah, I see no point in any of that stuff. Thanks, New House of Speed. I appreciate that. Oh, 70 Charger. That's what I need next. You should buy a rusty Challenger and restore it. I'm not going to do that, but I would buy a rusty Challenger again and drive it. I'm not the restoration channel. I may do some rust repair on the 69 because it's pretty bad, but I am not the restoration channel. Never will be. Someday, a long time from now, my 68 Charger will get rust repair and paint as well. But did I mention that's a long time from now? Yeah. Night, Mike Miller. Thanks for being here. And everybody else is checking out. I really appreciate you hanging. Eric Rude uses the KYB gas adjust shocks. They have the fastest rebound. KYB is great. What is your favorite engine? Of those choices, 383. I love the 383. It's what I got in the 68. I just can't say enough good things about it. It's a great engine. Decent fuel economy. Not great, but decent. Smokes the tires, no problem. Both of them. I mean, it cruises down the highway nice. It's got plenty of power to have fun. It is not amazing. It is not a supercar, but it's fun. I don't need any more than that. I really like the 383. 318 is fine, but I've always loved 318s and A bodies. In that 69 Charger, it wasn't enough. It just wasn't. And that could have been a problem particular to that 318, but yeah, it's got to be the 383 for me. I don't know, that it sounds like something I've dealt with before with a pump priming issue. So that's all I'm saying. That's what it sounds like. I'm not looking at the truck, so I'm not really able to do the testing and see what's what. But yeah, it sounds like pump to me. I've dealt with that same thing several times. Okay, John Chapman says on the D series, the D150, the bolt pattern changed in 85. Okay, thanks for letting me know. The only I did have an 85 or 86 D150 with a slant, and I never noticed. I've had four-wheel drive trucks. They're different. They're the big pattern. It's 11 p.m. in Michigan now. Just saying. Yeah, it's about dinner time here. I got to get going pretty quick. If you got to pick a 5.2 or 5.9 Magnum for free, you always going to pick the 5.9? Yeah. I don't see any point to the 5.2 unless you have it, you know. Yeah, I don't see any advantage to it. Black-headed thing on top of the pump. Yeah, it's some kind of damper thingy. Hold on. Yeah, what the heck did they call that? I can't remember. Yeah, the thing. You know what I'm talking about. The thing. You bet, Brad's Restorations. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Have a chance to pick up a flooded 73 Swinger. Any experience with tearing down flooded vehicle? What do you think part of save? I don't know what that wording means, but I mean, interior stuff is going to be the problem. And the wiring that goes through the floor, you're going to need to be very careful with that. Anything that was underwater, you need to be suspicious of. But, you know, it's savable. Everything's savable for enough money. Good night, Empire Russ. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate that. And we will see you later. No, I have not. Might need to go hear that. There's like a semi-modern band that had a song called Aberdeen, but I think they meant the other Aberdeen. Cage the Elephant. They had a song called Aberdeen. See you next week, Paul Steinberg. Thanks for being here. Yeah, fix your stock suspension and then tell me if you need more. You won't. I actually would like to have a white Challenger. Someday. I'm not a big movie car freak or anything, but I do like this. Pontiacs with 8 lug wheels. What if you wanted mag wheels? Can they be converted to 5 lug? I know nothing about 60s Pontiacs. Yeah. All Classics Restoration is the restoration channel. So if that's what you need, go over there. But I don't have the patience. Restoring is boring. I like nice cars, but I'm not that guy. Thanks for being here, Chris Freemasser. Really appreciate that. Yeah, we're running a little late here. Nice. Well, in that time, I think there were still brothels running. There was a guy, a local historian, cool guy. He ran a bar too. Bronco Tessia, I think was his name. And he had a thing called the Aberdeen Whorehouse Restoration Society. And he unfortunately passed some years back. But I think I might need to restart the Aberdeen Whorehouse Restoration Society. I can't play Rocky Raccoon, but I really like it. That would be a good one. Down in the North Dakota town, there was a boy named Rocky Raccoon. Lady that ran away with another guy. And no Rocky in the eye. Rocky didn't like that. I should probably learn the chords. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I am finally building a 440 and putting it in something. You're welcome. What's up, Michael Adamo? You are late. I need to go. I'm hungry. Hey, I'm just saying I'm pretty sure. I'm not totally sure, but I'm pretty sure. Nice. Snoopy Boobs has found Aberdeen women to be aggressively friendly. No comment. Michael Adamo. Hey, Jamie, are you going to sell your dart you just put together? Yes, I think I need to. And I do have a few people interested. If you want it, please let me know. As it is, you heard how it runs. You saw what it is. Has a little rust in the quarters, but otherwise, it's a really good car. I have a beautiful redone red leather back seat. I have both front buckets. They need recovered. I have all the door panels. The front ones are a little rough. The top's bad. There's no carpet. There's stuff that needs done. The heater core is not done, but I'll include one. $3,500 as it sits. It will drive on a trailer. I wouldn't drive it any farther than that. The brakes and handling are great, but the heater core thing, and it's a bit of a problem. But it's a sweet car. If you are interested, please let me know. I would love to rehome it to, a member of our group. That would be awesome. But I don't need it. I said that in the video. I don't need it. I'd like to go farther with it, but I have a Charger now. So, yeah. There may well be a fuel economy advantage from 5.9 to 5.2. But I don't know. I've never done A/B testing. There may well be, but probably not very much. Not as much as you might think. I'll take the torque. Good evening, Answer 14, fellow Moparites and Gearheads. Great chat. Thank you. Appreciate that, and thanks for being here. Yeah, that's why I don't have any really nice cars. Adios, Mexican Spec, and muchas gracias. Que tenga un buen noche, amigo. Thank you, Glenn. Appreciate that. Awesome. My DDG shirt is due on Monday. See you next week. Thanks for being here. Thanks for a relaxing evening, talking Mopars. Time to put some little boys to bed. Yeah, my daughter has a pretty late bedtime, but we're getting there. I got to go eat some dinner. I'm getting hungry. Time for Rooster to hit the hay, too. 1980s Ford diesels. Reliable, but very, 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 very slow. Hey, I got to the end of the comments. I'm not going to build a Dirty Mary Crazy Larry car, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Night Old Plymouth Garage. Barracuda. All Classics Restoration. In a recent live stream, Uncle Tony was asked, who would be the person to ask Ford questions like you and Dead Dodge Garage are for Dodge questions? And he said, damn it. It's the Helter Skelter guy. The crazy murderer. Why can I not remember his name? Michael Adamo wants to drive it to Philadelphia. Well, dude, it drives awesome. You're going to need to do the heater core. Charles Manson, thank you. Charlie Manson would have been the guy to ask, but unfortunately he has passed away, so I don't know who to refer you to for Ford questions. That's good stuff. Manson, got it. Charlie Sheen. I've been watching old episodes of Letterman's first show from like the 80s and 90s, and there was a commercial with Charlie Sheen in it, and I was like, oh, how the times change. Dang it. No, I've never watched Deadwood. Sometimes you sound like the horse judge at the dog show in Ren and Stimpy. I never watched Ren and Stimpy. That's probably a mistake. Apparently we have dueling banjos, not very good either. You got a pretty mouth. when you're out in the woods and you start hearing banjos. Awesome. Robert Fitch would love to buy the Dart convertible, but committed on the 65. Hey, that's a good car. Put a mini starter on the Slant 6 yesterday. Now it doesn't sound like flamingos in heat. Oh, my God. When are you going to join the Cool Kids Club and get a tunnel ram? I am actively looking for a tunnel ram for a 440. If anyone has one to send me or sell me for a reasonable price, I need one for my Charger. Let me know. $98520, Michael. Aberdeen, Washington. I don't play Guns N' Roses either. You guys don't understand the very specific realm of music I live in. Oh, Jed Scott might have a couple left. Okay. Zoom. Apparently, there's a good bit of lag. E, E, G, D, A, E. All right, what now? Good night, Kelly Smith. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to come up with a song so I can go eat dinner. Got nothing. I got chargers on the brain. This is a real problem. No idea. Play Dead South again. Michael Adamo. Yeah, convertible Dart. Yes. Convertible Dart. 9520. I don't know if I can sing that right now. You could always fly out to Indy next weekend. I know you'll find one there. You know, write a song about Chargers. No other Ren and Stimpy people here. There might be. I don't want to. Dang it. What's the other Dead South song that's actually good? There's one I really like. What is that? I don't know. YouTube will remind me. Welcome. Oh, uh-huh. One bourbon. here. Powdered toast, anyone? You smell burning feathers. Babe, I'm gonna leave you. It's way too. I can't do that. There's too much there. I don't even know what key it's in. Dodge Chargers and fried chicken. A friend of mine had a really good idea for a restaurant / shop called Chicken and an Oil Change. Powdered toast, man. I don't know what that is. This is all very strange. I don't even know where we are anymore. Oh, are these all Ren and Stimpy things? God, I just need a song. I'm just gonna play Rumble and Weave. Imperial March. I might know Hey Hey What Can I Do, but maybe I don't. I need more people. We're never going to be high enough for that song. Which one? There's so much random shit happening. I don't even know anymore. You know, Rumble, the only instrument, I can't talk and play, the only instrumental band from the radio, indeed. Very provocative. It's so hard to do on Life, but I don't know Life by the Drop. I don't play Lawrence Welk either. What rear gear would you prefer with a slant and 4-speedo? D. 3.2 would probably work. 2.9 or 3.2. Stairway to Heaven was about 440's fuel consumption. I'm so confused by Life. Texas Flood. I can kind of sort of play it. You got to have an electric car. Yeah, close enough. Go eat. I'm with Edward Poe on this one. Slants need all the gear they can get. 410s, no less. I'm going to have to disagree on that. Well, that got weird. Well, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm going to go eat dinner. I'm hungry. Zappa had the only instrumental album ever to get a parental warning. I'll be damned. We're never going to be high enough for Rumble. We should make a live jam one day. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out. You know, there are so many people that hang out in these lives now. The number of people that are still here, like 25 minutes after it was supposed to stop, is the number that were normally hanging out about 3 months ago. It's pretty cool. So I thank you again. Drop D, smash it against the wall. I am not smashing my Gibson. What do you think the best thing about Dodge is? The engines. There's not much else. And some of the designs. There's a lot to like, but there's a lot that's not the greatest. But I love them, and I can't help it. And with all that said, no, thank you. Thank you. All right. I just spit all over the computer. Not the electricals. I wasn't going to say that, but it's what I was thinking. I hit a snare drum. Michael Down. Yeah, Tom will probably be going to Carlisle. If you need it delivered, he would charge you, but yeah. Or we can ship it. Probably $1,500. Have your people call my people. Au revoir. Wiedersehen. Adieu. Goodbye. Catch you on the flippy flop. 10-10 on the side. Over, got down. Whatever. Over now. Out of here. Bye. Thanks for hanging out. Good times. See you next weekend in the comments. Bye. See you, Joel. Bye.